This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening. A drizzle a day in the city of Chennai is not good news. The city, the roads, the drainage being pumped into an already swelling road will make you the critic I am today. Are all the cities the same when the rain gods plan on a visit? Or is it just Chennai that's just perhaps too unlucky to have bad planning, worst road laying techniques and the worst attitude of all of maintaining one's city for the citizens? Dr. Veera Raghavan, a professor for civil engineering at the IIT Madras, joins me tonight, and we'll put those tough questions of what really lies beneath and figure if there is a possible solution at all. So if you do manage to survive that drive, well, here's a warning: you'll need to hit the wheel much earlier if you're headed to the railway station, because security checks aplenty may just delay you from catching that train. Salim joins us with a few pointers on the bulletin tonight on how to make that trip faster and how to escape that delay as well. Good evening, I'm Evelyn Matthew. This is Headlines Now on Ndtv-Hindu. First up, a look at the day's big stories. The December rains in the city this season are ripping off the tar from our roads. Our contractors not following proper procedures. A special report.
There are three causes for a poor road condition. One is drainage, two is drainage, and three is drainage.
When we come back at night, it's like an off-roading experience. It's really horrible.
After Ndtv-Hindu's land scam expose, we bring you the dramatics of what went behind the guise of a social worker who's looted you, the taxpayer. The spokesperson of the AIADMK demands that Karunanidhi and his family pays up for the crores of money lost in the 2D scam.
We will demand JPC.
The showers to continue for the city and coastal regions of Tamil Nadu in the next 24 hours. State governments to meet in an emergency meeting soon. Security forces take positions ahead of the Babri Masjid demolition's anniversary. Passengers are urged to be on an alert. And skipper Gautam Gambhir scores another ton against New Zealand, taking the men in blue to a 3-0 lead.
Biggest strength, I think, is the youngsters, the youth of this team. Actually, it's this team has been developing from some time now.
Let's also take a look at what's making news nationally at 8 p.m. The visiting French president reiterates his support for a permanent UN Security Council seat for India. A probe begins after a group calling itself the Pak Cyber Army defaces the CBI's website. It's still not back online. Why should the government regulate anything in an era of deregulation? Vijay Mallya takes on Praful Patel on the airfare hike. And in Srinagar, protesters set a school bus on fire to enforce a separatist strike. Now, the grand old IT corridor of Chennai city, a stretch that houses some of the biggest names in the industry, is the fast track to the city's economic development and should ideally be a world-class facility. But drive into any of the interior roads during these monsoons and the reality is bone-shatteringly different. Neither funds nor official apathy is the problem here. In fact, close to 23.45 crores have been earmarked for a mere 3.6 kilometer stretch. Yet, the roads are a throwback to primitive times. So where does the problem lie? Our reporter Lokpriya delves below the surface.
Is it poor designing parameters, or is it deficient planning and worse supervision of a stretch that is used by thousands of people? As we race towards the second decade of the 21st century, with globally proven skills in science, technology and IT, why are our roads so image-shatteringly poor? Let's ask the experts.
Road construction is not a rocket science. It needs simple common sense. So what is needed here is that every road needs a drainage. It's always said that there are three causes for a poor road condition. One is drainage, two is drainage, and three is drainage. Quality of the roads tell about the culture of the people. So when you do not have any priority for the roads, this is what happens. But if the engineers can be made aware of what is right and what is wrong, and what should be done and what should not be done, perhaps we can do better works. I know that Tamil Nadu has got a very good qualified engineers, but unfortunately their expertise and competence is not made use of in road construction.
What is aggravating to commuters is the fact that the condition of these roads was just about the same months ago. It has only worsened with time. Road users say their nerves are stretched after using the roads.
It's a really nightmare experience for us every day. When we come back at night, it's like an off-roading experience. It's really horrible.
எங்களுக்கு ஃபாரின் கிளைண்ட்ஸ் வந்து எவ்ரி 3 மந்த்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு தடவை விசிட் பண்ணுறாங்க யூஎஸ்லேருந்து. அவங்க வந்து ரொம்ப பேடாக ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி கஷ்டம் வந்தால் திருப்பி வரவே மாட்டாங்க.
I always wondered how a horse ride would be, and thanks to this road at least I'm gaining that kind of an experience. There should be some basic quality norms fixed for laying of roads. If the tidal park and that Rajiv Gandhi Saleh can be in such a wonderful condition, it means we know how to do it. We need to replicate that. I'm not talking about the funds, I'm talking about the quality, and if we have the same quality of inputs in all the roads, then I think the problem is solved. So we need to come to terms with that we are not able to live up to the expectations of our own quality standards, and we must do something.
Despite the city's expressed commitment to civic conditions, works are either not completed on time or they slow down because there are other agencies involved. Perungudi Panchayat officials, who are responsible for a portion of the roads, conveniently blame it all on the stormwater drain construction. The Taramani Link Road where I am now is a short stretch, but as you can see, it's the most difficult to drive along. Set to become a 6-lane route, this facility is almost going to miss its deadline in January 2011, with only less than 25% of the work completed. Meanwhile, even as the northeast monsoon is upon us, a portion of the stretch remains unusable because of road widening work. The narrow, ill-equipped 2-lane road is unable to accommodate the heavy flow of traffic. Along the same road, the Public Works Department is constructing a canal that would carry excess rainwater to the Buckingham Canal under the Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission. This appears to have impacted upon the workflow of the State Highways Department.
The macro drain இந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம் டெவலப்மெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் வந்தனால அதுவும் இன்கார்பரேட் அதை அட்மிட் பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கு வித்தின் தி ஹைவேஸ் லேண்டு.
ஓகே சார்.
அதனால வந்து கொஞ்சம் டிலே ஆகுது. பட் 31/12/2011ல முடிக்கிற மாதிரி இது பண்ணியிருக்கோம். மழைனால தான் இப்போ டிலே ஆகுது. இப்போ மழை முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா by January-kulla bituminous surface complete போட்டுருவோம்.
While road experts say the basic problem is the lack of quality roads and an ill-equipped drainage facility, commuters have a hard day even before they reach their places of work in the IT corridor.
என்ன மேடம் பண்ணது? தொழில விட்டு இறங்கலாம் தான் பாக்குறேன். இது ரோட அந்த வர டிரைவரோட வர மாட்டாங்க வேலைக்கு.
Forbes magazine may have listed Chennai as one of the world's fastest growing cities. But given its terrible road conditions, the city won't win any prizes, even in the moderately good category, unless the authorities address the woes quickly and effectively. In Chennai, Lokpriya, Ndtv-Hindu.
So the one who believes this is all no rocket science, Dr. Veera Raghavan, professor with the Civil Engineering Department at IIT Madras, joins me on the show tonight. Welcome to the studios, and thanks for joining us on the show as well. Just a street away from your own institution, and this is a rather gorgeous stretch. The good roads, dubbed the IT corridor, breed swanky buildings and many hard-working employees of our country who work within these corridors. But the dismal picture in some of those inner roads, the bad roads, barely a few meters, is quite a stark contrast. Mr. Veera Raghavan, as a professor who understands the nitty-gritties that go into such procedures, what's really the problem here? Why should such a problem in the first place even exist?
As you rightly said, when you say that one road is good, other road is bad, it indicates that we have the qualities of good road construction. But unfortunately, we don't have a mechanism to ensure that all the roads are built equally better. So this again means that every road needs a design. The road is also a civil engineering structure which needs a design, which means you have to decide what is the type of the surfacing that has to be provided and what time it has to be provided. Of all, if you look at the different roads, you will find that Rajiv Gandhi Saleh has got a good camber which will ensure drainage of the water. But most of the roads in the urban local bodies do not have a drain which is the major cause for the poor road condition in all the urban areas.
Every time you or I have a friend, a foreign friend or a business visitor coming to the city, this is one part we are proud to show off. But if there is a monsoon in the offing, looks like we should perhaps call off that plan. What a picture do you think it really paints in that sense?
It shows a very pathetic picture of the quality of the engineers that we have. So I always tell that the quality of the roads tell about the culture of the people. So when you do not have a good quality roads, which again gives an indication to the people that there is nothing in road engineering. Road engineering is not a science. Anybody can construct, but with the result, the road goes back to the same old condition every year. With the result, all the civil engineers in Tamil Nadu have lost the reputation to call themselves as qualified engineers. The roads show their capabilities and their expertise in road construction.
Right, once again, what's the root of this, the real reason, like any problem would have? Is it that we don't have skilled engineers to do the job the right way, or is it the quality of the material being used on our streets? Is it just taken in a haphazard way? Is there a real answer to this?
The basic reason for bad road is, I can say that there are three reasons. One is drainage, two is drainage, and three is drainage. Unless we improve the drainage, no road can last, whether it is flexible or it can be a rigid pavement. Number two, every road should have a good profile, a good camber to drain off the water. Number three, the surface has to be prepared. All potholes should be patched, cracks should be sealed, and all utility lines should be properly patched before you decide what is the treatment that it has to be provided.
Well, drainage clearly the problem that we need to be attending to at this moment, but you also know the inside out of the process involved and how long is a good time. How long is a good time for a good or maybe a well laid road to last? How much time would you give it?
A good road, according to me, should last for without maintenance, without a major maintenance, for anywhere between 5 to 8 years. But unfortunately, that's not happening. Why it is not happening is that we are not doing the right treatment to the right pavement at the right time. A right pavement in the sense, we need a good road information system. Maybe that corporation can think of a geographic based road information system wherein they will be able to see the quality of different roads every year. Then we need to evaluate the pavement, decide what is the maintenance treatment that need to be provided. And more importantly, any bituminous road, when you want to lay, the temperature plays a very important role. The mix should be heated to around 150 to 170 degrees centigrade. At the time of laying, it should be at least 150 degrees centigrade. And all the rolling should be completed before the temperature falls below 100 degrees centigrade. This is not happening. That is one of the reasons why the road condition is bad.
Right. Well, the temperature being of prime importance in such procedures. But now that you've laid it all bare out, I hope the Chennai Corporation, or any of the authority concerned really does not blow hot or cold, but does take in all of these suggestions. But thanks very much indeed for joining us tonight on Headlines Now and giving us your inputs as well on the story. Well, still ahead on the bulletin, don't mistake Generation Y to be detached from the India of today. Watch the city's best orators speak their mind up on the other side.